Hey everybody, Dave Nassy here, how you doing? So today what we're going to do is a really fun inspired by lesson. One of my favorite guitar players, I say that all the time, but you know what, I'm just a fan of guitar in general. So we're going to have a good time today. Let's dig right in. Hey everybody, how you doing? So you know what I'm going to say, and it's the best part. Click on the link that you see below in that YouTube text box. What do you get if you click that link? Well, you're going to get a bunch of free information is what you're going to get. You're going to get a coinciding ebook that you would never find anywhere else. You're going to have all kinds of scales and chord diagrams in it. Most importantly, you get a free video not available on YouTube. So if you click on that link below, free video, coinciding ebook, all kinds of good information, and that's all you got to do. One simple click. We're going to dig in with some hybrid picking techniques. We're going to do some banjo roll type things and a little bit of fret tapping, and we'll probably end up doing some sweep picking along the way. So let's go ahead and start, and we're going to reference a few things that we could do over a G chord. I think that'll be probably the easiest way to do it. The scales that we're going to use are some of our trusty favorites. We have our pentatonic scale. Everybody knows and loves him. We're going to use a little bit of the blues scale. And some of the major scale actually, but we're going to give you the caged form of it. Because we're all hanging out in one tight little spot, so that'll be really good to do. I'm going to focus on some of the country things that this guitar player does to start with, because that's what really drew me to him. So the first technique that we're going to do is really, really cool. We're going to actually pluck and pick some notes on one single string. And to best explain this, I'm just going to start by the C note on the 5th string, 3rd fret, and I'm going to pluck like this. Then I'm going to pick my next note, and I'm going to hammer. And it's chromatic with the left hand, so it's 3, 4, and 5. And we get this nice motion. Ultimately, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that through the scale. So I'm going to have... And you can see we have some chromaticism going on over here. I have the flat 5 being included in there, and this hybrid kind of thing of going on, mixing all these scales together. And we can achieve a really cool speed and a nice kind of plucking percussive sound with our right hand as we go through that. And that's a cool way to ascend in a scale. Now, earlier for major scales, I did give you the caged one. You know what? I'm going to show you the diatonic 3-note per string scale. Because you could practice just even that scale with this technique before we really dive into too many licks, and it'll be a good way to get going. So if I go... I have... And you don't have to have any long nails to execute these kind of runs or anything like that. It's no problem. And it's, like I said, a fantastic way to go through a scale, a little bit different. It'll still keep your hands loose and challenge you a bit. Now, when we go through the scale, that's going to be useful to us because we're going to get comfortable executing that run and maybe using some other patterns like this one. And that's going to be a pluck. I'm going to pick, pull off, pick, and then I'm going to pluck. And then I'm going to pluck, pick and then pluck this one here. So slowly. And we take that down almost in a symmetrical type fashion. All the way to there. So I'll go very slowly. Now when I move that up to a faster pace, it's a really cool run. And I can get that major 3rd in there. Now, if I start forward, I get these cool runs that we can do. That's going to be our run that we're going to do. So we start off like this. just like we did at the top of the lesson. Now when I get there, a little bit of dissonance there. I'm going to ease it in like that. See, we're just creeping up the shape. Now I can start my descending pattern. And I've worked the two together. And it's a really cool lick that we can do in a lot of musical situations. And what's kind of nice about this, we can start to do some traditional things. Now watch how I'm going to use some of my middle finger here. I want to go really slow. Really slow. Then I can recreate the same thing in a lower position. So once we come to this point, and I can really kind of make it a bit more percussive. So when we come to this point here, now I'm going to play this lick in its entirety slow for you. Faster. And it's a great way to kind of, over a G chord, you can bring out a little bit. And you can mess around with it as time goes on and kind of bring in some of these open strings. Now, it's really just a mixture of that middle finger and becoming comfortable with some hybrid picking. And, ways that we could do this are over kind of like a roll even. And we can explain that and break that down. I'm going to switch back to my front pickup and turn it down because it won't be as bitey. It'll be a little cleaner. Right? A little bit cleaner. And that's what we're going to break down. So what I'm going to do with my left hand is I'm going to start with a picked motion on my F sharp, and I'm going to hammer into my G. And then I'm going to go middle finger, third finger here, just like that to initiate that roll. Turn this way just a little bit. That's a good way to get into it. You can even just start with this and pretend like you're a popular punk band at a faster tempo. Now if I go, I kind of extend it a little bit, and that's kind of fun to do because we can put that lick that we had just learned over that, or we can try to attempt to put some of these other kinds of things in the style of this player over that. But this is some stuff that I've seen him demonstrate, and I picked this one up from him, to be honest. It's a really cool pattern, and over that, we can do lots of cool kind of things that are country in orientation, still having a little bit of that distorted sound. And it's even still kind of a little bit bluesy, right? And more in the common wheelhouse that we can take and we can get into. So those are some really fun things that we could play. Again, we've got a banjo roll. We've got a bit of hybrid picking going on. And we're working it into lots of scales. And we could take those into other positions and things like that. And we're just getting started. Like I said, we've got a lot of information that we're going to talk about. So I think right now we'll call that part one for this video installment of one of my favorite guitar players. Stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you then. Thank you so much.